Hello everybody and welcome to this rather special car design review from Car Design Dialogues Asia 2021. My name is Michael Nash, I'm the Deputy Editor of CDN and it's my absolute pleasure to be chairing this session. So over the past couple of years we've seen the emergence of a trend in the car design world, with many different companies deciding to bring back old nameplates of cars that have long since been in production. However, arguably none of them have been quite as exciting or true to their past as the Pony from Hyundai.
Il mio stato d'animo quando ho disegnato lo Hyundai Pony, quello che era una visione un po' più coraggiosa, un primo passo non certamente facile, vale a dire, le ispirazioni sono nella fantasia delle persone, anche la decisione è una decisione che possono riconosciuto, ha fatto sì che questo marchio ha una posizione oggi inimmaginabile.
포니는 우리나라 최초의 고유 모델이 있고, 그 고유 모델을 통해서 우리나라 산업화에 굉장히 큰 이바지를 한 차이기 때문에 저희 브랜드의 아이콘으로서, 또 대한민국의 아이콘으로서 의미가 있는 차이고요. 어떤 브랜드든지 레거시, 과거의 전통이야말로 정말 중요하고요. 그 과거가 없었으면 지금 현재가 존재하지 않기 때문이겠죠. 그 과거를 통한 현재 존재, 현재 여러 가지 일들과 고객의 라이프스타일과 과거에 일어났던 일, 그게 지금 우리의 상황을 만드는 거고, 또 그걸 만들어서 또 미래로 갈 수 있는 어떤 시드 같은 그런 컨셉이라고 보시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
근데 우리 현대자동차도 이미 이제 50년 이상의 역사를 가지고 있고, 그런 것들을 다시 우리가 이해를 하고 그걸 가지고 우리만의 헤리테이지를 만들면 앞으로의 우리 또 50년, 100년 동안 나아갈 어떤 방향의 전략도 만들 수 있고, 어떤 비전도 제시할 수 있고, 디자인 아이덴티티도 구축할 수 있을 것 같아서 포니 헤리테이지부터 시작을 하게 됐습니다.
이 차를 디자인을 할 때 가장 중요시했던 거는 조립갭 같은 그 부분들이 다소 헐거운 부분이 있었습니다. 그런 조립갭 부분들을 조금씩 좁혀주면서 모던하게 디자인을 했었어요. 이쪽에 이제 픽셀이 들어가다 보니까 픽셀은 지오메트릭하게 일정하게 라인을 지나가야 되는데, 그 부분을 다소 이제 고쳐주면서 더 차를 단단해 보이게 만들어주는 작업을 진행을 했었습니다. 기존의 포니 1에서도 이제 미러가 여기에 달려 있었는데 그대로 오마주를 해서 이쪽 부분에 카메라 미러로 대체하는 걸로 디자인을 진행을 했었고, 원래 포니 서체가 따로 있지만 저희는 이제 이런 픽셀 컨셉을 그대로 가져와서 포니 서체를 다시 디자인을 했습니다.
클러스터 같은 경우에는 이제 진공관 LED를 사용함으로써 과거와 지금까지 교차적인 이미지를 넣어줬고요. 와치 와인더의 어떤 형상으로 전체적인 입체 형상에 맞게 디자인을 하였습니다. 그 스티어링 휠 같은 경우는 과거에 이제 3스포크 휠을 그대로 유지하면서 도어의 스트랩을 그대로 이제 유지를 했고요. AI 스피커를 이제 넣음으로써 스티어링 휠과 연동이 될 수 있게끔 그렇게 진행을 했습니다. 콘솔 같은 경우에는 이제 플로어에서 떠 있음으로써 스트럭처는 유지하되 이례적인 이미지를 더 주었고요. 콘솔 상단에 있는 스크린 같은 경우에는 과거의 기어 조작을 스크린 방식으로 이제 요새 스마트폰의 어떤 락을 해제하는 그런 패턴 방식을 이제 넣어줌으로써 과거의 이미지와 미래의 기술적인 이미지를 교차하는 방향으로 진행을 했습니다. 도어 같은 경우는 포니의 오리지널 그래픽을 그대로 유지함으로써 레귤레이터 핸들과 그리고 스피커, 가죽 스트랩을 넣어줌으로써 과거의 어떤 이미지와 그리고 현재의 기술을 이제 접목한 방향으로 디자인이 되었습니다.
단순히 짐을 싣는 공간으로서의 트렁크가 아니라 안을 보시면 요즘 유행하고 있는 라스트 마일 모빌리티가 수납이 되어 있고요. 헬멧과 다른 드론 다른 액티비티들을 할 수 있게끔 유도를 했습니다. 실제로 옛날 포니에서는 이 부분에 스페어 타이어가 들어가 있었고요. 그 부분을 그대로 활용한 디자인이 되겠습니다.
Pony's Insight is a contemporary experience with 70s energy. So heritage textiles are transformed into latest fabrications, and we used even inside weavings, which is a very traditional Korean way. This kind of weavings and very soft lamp leather, and we used colors like the dark blue, which gives a sense of luxury. We choose timeless colors to capture the zeitgeist, and the same is you can find in the Ioniq5. Ioniq5 has even this kind of sustainable lifestyle, but it can be even transformed with the analog sentiment direction.
And we forget what's our background, where we're coming from. And so taking the pony from the 70s and creating the heritage pony EV, which is right up to date now, but also connects to Ioniq5, which is our future, really shaping our future. This project helped us shape that and understand that and create that connection on the bridge.
I absolutely loved that film. It was so amazing to see. Thank you guys for giving that movie to us. Now it's my absolute pleasure to welcome the Hyundai design team. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Michael. How are you doing? Best wishes from Seoul.
I'm very well, thank you. Simon, can you introduce yourself and your team as well, please?
Yeah, and it's our pleasure to be here too, in the Design Center in Namyang in South Korea. We have a number of our team here from the Heritage Pony EV project. My name is Simon Loasby, head of Hyundai Design, and I've been out here with Hyundai brand for about 4 years now. And real pleasure to learn lots from really talented team members in the room with me. So I'll hand over to my left.
Yeah, my name is Diana Kloster. I'm the head of color team here in Hyundai in Namyang. And we were part of this pony project, which was very exciting because it's a little bit different to the normal product cars we are doing normally every day.
Thanks, Diana. Song-hyun.
Hi, I'm Hyun Song, interior team manager, and it was really great project, Pony Heritage, and we're gonna share a great project, Heritage Series Pony. Yeah, thank you.
In Korean.
Yeah.
안녕하세요. 저는 예강민 디자이너라 하고요. 여기 송현 매니저와 함께 이 포니 EV 디자인 프로젝트를 했습니다. 만나뵙게 되어서 반갑습니다.
It's very nice to meet you. My name is Ye Gang-min. I've been working on Pony project with Song-hyun, as you see on my right side. Thank you very much, and great to see you all. And nice to see you all. I've been working for Hyundai for 3 months now, and I've been enjoying my moments in Hyundai, and I've been working as an interpreter for Simon. Thank you very much.
So bear with us a little bit. We might have a bit of back and forth, but that's the life we have here, multiple languages with interpretation. So you'll get a bit of a feeling of how our daily life is as well.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for your introductions, and thanks so much for spending the time with Car Design Dialogues today. It's such a pleasure to be speaking to you. So yeah, let's dive straight in. I have some questions regarding the film. Such a great piece of film there. My first question, I think, what was the brief?
Yeah, it was really the interesting thing on this project was it was very much a hands-off project from the leadership, and so we wanted to let the team get on with it. I kept honestly quite a lot out of it, let it go, let the guys run it. And the brief really came from the teams themselves saying, okay, what's our background? What's the most important icon, and how can we celebrate that and learn from it to help us with looking to the future with Ioniq5? And so it was really about celebrating the essence of our roots. And I think that's a fair way of explaining it. And the team then, we could have left it. It was really hands-off project. Let the team create the momentum and have fun and enjoy our brand and what cool things we've done. And the pony was the start of it all.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a cool project. It must have been so fun to do, but also as well, Simon, I imagine it was quite nerve-wracking. As Sang-yup says in the film, you know, the pony wasn't just such an important car for Hyundai being the first mass-produced car, but also for the nation of Korea. So I imagine it must have been, you know, quite nerve-wracking.
I think, you know, I'd like to we'll hear different answers in the room, because I'm coming in from outside, understanding Korea and learning about that. So for me, it's I don't have so much weight of responsibility for this icon, our own icon. But I think particularly with Kang Min and Hyun Song here, it was really part of wow, this is our story of mobility. And there are certain other countries, UK and Germany, who have the car that represents them. And for Korea, it's the pony. This is it. And that was really, exciting and a good celebration. Maybe Song Hyun, you could say about the brief for you and what it meant to you with the pony.
I'm gonna explain the overall story, how we start the pony project in Korean. 사실은 우리가 이제 대부분 젊은 디자이너들로 구성이 되어 있어서 대부분 20대, 30대 디자이너들로 구성이 되어 있습니다. 근데 우리가 우리의 첫 차인, 우리 회사의 현대의 첫 차인 포니가 사실 어떻게 생겼는지, 그리고 사진으로만 봤지 실제 차를 본 적이 거의 없는 디자이너들이 대부분입니다. 그래서 우리가 이 포니를 어떻게든 하나 구해서 이 차를 뜯어보고 한번 공부해보자라는 차원에서 시작을 했고요. 실제로 차를 딱 사서 보니까 너무 차가 작고 뭔가 좀 재밌게 구성해 볼 수 있겠다라는 생각에서 시작했고요. 저희가 지금
Give it a bit break for interpreting.
To be honest, we are so young designers, mostly are in their 20s or 30s, and we wanted to know the history of the Pony, which is the first Hyundai car. And so far, we have been just seeing this car just as images, not a real car. So we wanted to arrange the car and study this car. And it turned out this car was so small, and I thought that we could find so many interesting things out of this car. So that's how we started this pony project.
So the interesting thing when we brought the car into the studio was how small it is. As Song Hyun said, it's tiny. And we realized that over the decades, how cars have become inflated purely because the technology we have to integrate, the safety we have to integrate. And looking at the pony was saying, wow, it's like a reset. And how much do we really need? And that was really fascinating. And the other side then from our own perspective was reminding ourselves of our own history and that sort of researching and finding out more about our meaning, why we exist or how we came to exist. Because we look forward so much, look around the world so much, and look to being global, but looking about where we come from, what we stand for, and building that as a confident statement was a big part of the project and really educated us all in design as we went through the project.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So as young designers then, did you find yourselves kind of poring over old, we saw some of them in the films, you know, old pictures of the ponies coming off the ship. Did you find yourself analyzing these historical photos and seeing how you could bring that to light in kind of a modern twist?
Maybe you need to interpret that.
지금 뭐 광고를 통해서 뭐 포니 옛날 광고를 통해서 그 역사를 찾아보고 이렇게 했는데 분석을 해보고 했는데 그래서 어떻게 그 다음에 어떤 방식으로 느끼셨는지 그 전체적으로 얘기해 주시면 될 것 같아요.
Yeah, that's a good question. 사실 포니를 사서 딱 보고 나서 이거를 우리가 어떻게 잘 할 수 있을까? 근데 이제 포인트는 과거의 포니와 우리가 지금 새로 내고 있는 아이오닉 브랜드 와 어떤 연결성을 좀 가질 수 있을지가 가장 큰 키였던 것 같아요. 그래서 과거의 좋은 점들은 유지를 하면서 미래의 어떤 테크놀로지나 아니면 우리의 비전을 적절히 잘 믹스하는 게 우리의 과제였던 것 같습니다.
It's a good question. Thank you very much for your question. I saw this pony and I thought the most important thing for this project is to put the focus on the connectedness between the past and the future, which is Ioniq for us. So we wanted to connect the strength of the past and the future technologies and the vision of the future.
Did you, as you were doing the project, find yourself, or came in looking at all our other ponies and other historical cars, and did it change your focus to look into that history more than you had done before? So did you start looking at our history a bit more than you had done previously?
그러니까 포니 프로젝트를 하고 나서 그 옛날에 봤던 그 역사 뭔가 관점이 달라지신 게 있는지 그 포니 프로젝트 이후에.
사실은 지금 특히 한국은 워낙 빨리 시대가 바뀌기 때문에 과거의 것들을 되돌아볼 시간이 없고 여유가 없습니다. 그래서 대부분 이 포니나 아니면 다른 그런 히스토리 이 카에 대해서 그냥 옛날 거라고 치부하는 경우가 대부분인데 이제 실제 차를 보고 와, 이 당시에는 이랬구나. 그리고 지금 거보다 어떤 부분들은 더 새롭게 보이고 이 과거들이 쌓여서 지금의 우리가 있다라는 걸 다시 한번 좀 느끼게 되었고 그래서 지금 포니 헤리티지 포니 저희가 새로 디자인한 차를 보시더라도 전혀 새로운 게 들어간 게 아니고 기본적인 아키텍처나 어떤 스타일링 키는 과거의 주지아로가 했던 그 디자인을 그대로 유지하면서 우리의 것들을 좀 새로 많이 담으려고 노력을 했었죠.
Korea is quite a fast-changing society, so we do not actually have time to look back on the past. And we thought of just pony, which is our own history, but we think of it as like old car, and we ignore our past. But when I look at pony, it was like an aha moment. The old car looked really fresh for us. And I thought, because we have past, now the present exists. Heritage Pony project is actually not new project. We took the past architecture and the style from the past, and we made this present, which is a whole new design for pony.
Yeah, great stuff. Really amazing to hear. Dana, you've been sat there fairly quietly. I'm going to come to you, and I think, exterior it's so striking. There's lots to go into, but if we jump inside the pony, the amount of detail is absolutely gorgeous. The tube lights on the dash, but also all the materials that are being used, the leather straps on the doors. Could you maybe talk us through some of the important detailing and really some of your highlights from the pony?
I think one of my biggest highlights in the car is the weaving material we used for the door inserts, because it's even an old Korean tradition, and this was even what we would like to implement in the car, the distinctive Korean heritage. When I walk around here in Seoul, I see so many beautiful items in every shop, and they even interpret it in a very modern way. This is fascinating. There are two of my favorite shops here, which are giving me a lot of inspiration. But coming back to the pony, we would like to make it really like retro fashion, retro streetwear. When you see this is in the moment a very big trend, and we even believe that it will last for longer time. We think this is for people who appreciate both. On one hand, the innovation, and on the other hand, this kind of, I knew it already. There are a lot of people who are maybe even have problems with the new technology, like electric cars. I guess my generation is one of them, or can be, I'm not sure. But how often are we sitting in something and say, oh, I'm a little bit afraid of using it? And we believe that we can bring the things with a little bit retro chic or analog sentiment. This is how we named it. That people can go over this point where they said, oh, I'm already familiar with these colors or with this kind of materials, or Korean people with the weavings, and they have a little bit more a coming back feeling that it is not completely new, even when the technology is totally outstanding and different to everything we knew before. So this was the first idea when we saw the car, how we can bring the new technology in a way to people that they feel still comfortable. And on the other hand, it should be something which is nature connected, which is Korean history related, and always with a focus to the Ioniq5, because this project was running at the site, and Pony and Ioniq5 should be connected. And so we even took from the Ioniq5 things we already had in mind back to the Pony car.
I'd like to pick up on two words that Diana says there, the analog sentiment. It's such a powerful thing when you get back to the purity, the analog, the manual, less electronics. But what was interesting about this project, the team of their own organization, you'll know Cars and Coffee in California and the Chelsea Cruise in London, arranged a Seongsu cruise in Seoul with a whole load of old-timers. There's very little old-timer history here in Korea, but the team got out there and arranged themselves with a whole load of old cars and Ioniq5 together. I think you've seen that in the film. Absolutely wonderful. And everybody smiled. Everybody's like, wow, that's back to analog days. But the Pony Heritage EV has the pixel design, the LEDs, the analog and digital all connected, and then it's an EV, and it brought the past, present, and future into one sort of analog statement, which just everybody smiles. And that's the reaction we've had online when we showed the car very quietly, and now we're sitting here talking about it.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And I love the interior, this idea of using these materials like the weaving in the door panels. And I find myself as well just kind of almost a little bit sick of sitting in a digital space, and I really enjoy that separation when you go into a more analog space. So it feels like a breath of fresh air in a sense, the inside of the Pony, but also it kind of has these modern touches everywhere, and it has those modern touches on the outside. Simon, there you talked about the pixelated lights, but then you also have the cameras inside the mirrors, that's sort of like a flashback to the first Pony as well. One of the things I wanted to talk about on the exterior was, you have this kind of, you have the big details, the kind of, the big old sort of retro details, like the sloping extended back roof, and the shape of the bodywork itself. But you also have this really visceral detail, like the wheel alloys, for example. It might have been really easy to go for something very modern, but you kind of you stayed with the old. And what was the thinking behind those kind of details?
Well, it's another of those things where you you create something that has a timeless positivity about it. And you can go back through the decades and see things that keep popping up that just have that complete purity, which is timelessness then. And so for the wheel, that was it. We got a better stance on the car, a better tire proportion, but then kept something that was really in keeping with the feeling of the overall surfaces, the exterior, the overall interior, which is somehow all of it is analog, but it's got that digital touch everywhere. And that worked on the exterior in the detailing, the interior in the detailing, and created this such a harmonious thing, which we just you can't help smile when you look at it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, do any of the other guys want to jump in there?
Kang-min, maybe you can explain a bit about the tubes in the instrument panel and the idea you had and where that came from, that idea.
It's the Kang-min's original.
Kang-min's original idea, right?
일단 이 프로젝트 시작할 때 저는 두 가지를 먼저 생각이 들었습니다. 첫 번째는 이 한국 자동차가 어떻게 성장해 왔는지, 그 차를 통해서 지금까지 어떻게 성장해 왔는지가 첫 번째로 많은 생각을 했고, 두 번째로는 사실 이 차를 이제 자동차를 만들지 않은 이 나라에서 이 차를 이제 만들었을 때 그때 그 사람들, 그 디자이너들과 설계자들의 어떤 그 노고라 해야 되나? 노력들을 이제 좀 생각하면서 그런 스트럭처를 최대한 유지하면서 아날로그 형상을 디지털화하는 작업을 했는데요. 그렇지.
When I initiated this project, I had two ideas. First, I thought how much the Korean automotive industry has grown so much through Pony. And second thing, I've been thinking a lot about the efforts and hard work of our first generation designers in a country where cars have never existed before. So I thought about changing the structure from analog to the digital.
그래서 한국의 산업 시대를 시작한다는 어떤 의미를 가지고, 그래서 유럽에서의 이제 산업 시대는 전기 산업으로 이제 시작을 했는데, 어떤 그 인스트루먼트 패널에서 그런 산업 시대의 시작을 알리는 이미지를 좀 주고자 했습니다. 그래서 어떤 그 전기 스팀펑크의 어떤 분위기를 가져갈 수 있었고요.
So Pony actually initiated the car industry in South Korea, and in the Europe, steam engine actually kicked off industrialization. So I wanted to use this idea for the IP of Pony. So we made this steampunk feeling for the IP.
그래서 어떤 그런 레이어드된 유리관과 그리고 기하학적인 형상의 스틸을 가지고 어떤 기존 스트럭처를 유지하면서 아날로그한 분위기를 이제 연출해냈습니다.
While maintaining the structure, we made this new layer and geometric stills, which made the transition from analog to digital.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Guys, we've just about run out of time. I have a load more questions that I wish I could ask you, so perhaps we'll get to them at some point, Simon. I'll pest you and ping you some questions.
Do that.
It's been an absolute pleasure from my side speaking to all you guys. Thank you so much for joining us for Car Design Dialogues Asia 2021. Yeah, we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Michael, thanks very much from us all here, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.